Hi everybody. Let's just have a look through Jamie's last 3 weeks of trade logs. Just to give you an overview, I'm picking now a couple of trades because this 1 week only had 13 forex trades, right? Well, by the way, with a total of 39 hours for forex. Now let's have a look here and see what you did and what was happening. Now here this is an S2. So Jamie is a very mature, a very experienced trader, right? I mean, he attended the forex workshop more than 2 years ago now, a little bit more than 2 years. So he's applying a fair amount of discretion because he's advanced and mature, right? So let's just have a look. Well, I'm picking here those that actually have a little bit less discretion. So this is an S2 short on a 15-minute. That's the S2 pattern. It's basically, well, he's trading a momentum, right? This is a momentum trade. It's in full-blown momentum move. Well, overextended, right, but in momentum, and this is what counts. And momentum can continue for much longer time, right? Well, you only need one small move here, 3 time frames higher, in order to make this a big R multiple, right? So this developed into a 3R, and yeah, we can see it just continued lower, right? It just follows the momentum, but it's basically doing a huge stop run here. And here and here, and it's approaching a major support down here. Now this was a 15-minute S2 short. Now let's have a look at the next one. So again, this is pound odd. Well, this time on the 1 minute. So this is the prior one we saw, right? S2 on the 15-minute, and now this works nicely here. It's good move into this out of this pattern. Now Jamie is actually adding here 2 time frames lower on a 1 minute chart, right? There's another S2. So this is an S2 within an S2. As it starts to develop, we can see it better developed, right? This S2. So it's a pattern within a pattern, and it's the same game plan. Trading the momentum move on the higher time frames, and we can see how the 15-minute nicely developed through, right? I think it has reached right here. It has reached the 4R level, and here we've got the the 1 minute chart, and it's going well beyond the 4R. Well, that's a 9 hours. So in total, we've got a 12 hour for this pyramid trade. Then a little bit later, that's trade 5. It's odd US S1, this time long on a 5 minute, then S1, and we can clearly immediately see, right? This is the S1 pattern. That's momentum move. That's a pattern. We're just broken this high. So this base basically sits here on this prior high support. We're clearly trending, currently going through the 200, and there's some stop run levels available here on the higher time frames. And well, we've got a big move, right? So whenever things move like that, well, that's a stop run move, right? And it's basically running for stops behind the 200 moving average. Very nice, easily reaching the 4R level, and here he tightens the stop, and this is how he gets out. That's a 4R, right? So big R multiple, another one. Euro odd again here, trading Australian dollar strength, this time on a 5 minute S2, right? So it was an S2 week. Again here, trading the momentum, right? It's like the bottom has fallen out here on Euro odd, and big momentum, right? Just trading the momentum move. A very good stop, very well protected stop based on an S2. And this is what we see. We see a continuation. So what you often get is with these momentum moves, right? I mean, they accelerate towards the end, and we can nicely see that here, right? That's an exponential down move, right? Accelerating, going vertical towards the end, right? Here, going vertical. Well, at some point of time, that's over, and you just trade those momentum trends. Or until they end. You should never second guess whether that's overextended, because obviously it is, right? It takes guts to trade this, but you just trade by the rules, basically, right? So what is that? That's a 4.5 hour result. And the gateway is the same, right? So this is an S2 short on the 1 minute. Again, yeah, that's a scale in into a prior that was, I guess, the 5, that was the trade we just looked before. That's the 5 minute, right? It worked nicely, puts in a momentum move. Well, that's the momentum move on a lower time frame to trade a pattern. Another S2, and that worked nicely. That worked nicely as well. Now, whenever you have this big momentum, right, it's going vertical, it's heavily overextended. Well, you know that the opportunity now is starting to build for a trade in the opposite direction. We can see it here nicely, right, way overextended. So now we've got a snapback opportunity, snapback, like prices come back. It's kind of a technical reaction, a dead cat bounce, if you so want, right? A snap back to the moving averages. And the snap back, well, the first level is the 8, because that's dynamic resistance, right? The most probable is the 21, so that there's a snap back to the 21 or to the 200, or it could even snap beyond, right? So it basically develops a momentum to the other side, and then there's another snap back, right? Well, let's not get too complicated here. This was a huge move. Jamie capitalized on that. And now there are the opportunities to the other side. It's like a rubber band stretch, right? If you stretch it strongly, well, there's this pushback, right? Snapback. And that's it. That's it basically here. Let's see. An S2 long on a 15 minute. Okay, well, that's the S2, right? This is the S2 pattern. And the idea is, well, TC1 is already in an uptrend, TC2 is not. And here comes the discretionary element in, right? Because the snapback forces are so big, basically you can say on discretion, right? Well, this replaces the trend edge. We've got a snapback edge here, basically, right? This is technically not trending, but we've got a snapback edge, and that basically replaces the TC2 trend rule. And and what happened? What happened here? I think he got in down here or down here. Well, it snapped back actually, right here. And here we see the minimum snapback, right? 8, and he has achieved the 4 hour, and then there's a stop out on a trail, 2.5 hour. Well, that's great, right? So let's move now to a trade log from a week after that. That's well, he had a bicycle accident, and he was injured. He was in the hospital, and well, he's trading from bed, right, with his laptop. Well, that's the nice thing with trading. You're really flexible, right? You can trade wherever, and at whatever age. I mean, you might not be able to work anymore, right? But trading is possible in many circumstances. And Jamie was trading from his bed, right? In hospital, he was a little bit injured. Now he took 6 trades, so his frequency was a bit lower than normal. 6 trades in 13 hours of the week. Now let's have a look. Euro odd S2 short on a 5 minute. Right, that's a 5 minute, and that's the S2 short, choosing a relatively tight stop. Clearly it's in a downtrend, and seeing this, well, I'm getting really passionate about this trade, right? It's a 4-hour chart. This is a stop run level, huge level. So whenever price gets really close to those levels, I mean, you know, these levels act as a magnet. Price is pushed towards and then through, like pushed to and then through this level. Whenever it's very close, the magnet forces are the strongest. That looks fantastic, right? I really love it. So what happened here? Well, that's an unlucky stop out. He got to the 4-hour level, and then that's 25% pullback, and there's a stop out. It's a pity. He might have chosen here actually. Well, I would have chosen here to swing trade that, because we are just here at this huge opportunity. Just letting it a little bit more room, right, to pull back, a little bit more room to breathe. This is an S1 15 minute US yen, and well, it's a clear S1, right? Standard plain vanilla in a downtrend. In a downtrend again, this is a snapback, right? Snapback to moving averages. In this case, it's a snapback, but TC2 actually fulfills the trend rules, right? We've got a series of lower lows and lower highs, several zigzags, actually. So we have both the trend edge and the snapback edge, right? And he's choosing here a very tight stop, right? And I'm pretty sure he's choosing that tight stop because he knows, oh, there's 200 resistance. We might break through, and this might spike, produce a bigger winner, or we could, or price could bounce off. That's always the risk, right? So Jamie is applying here a discretionary initial stop level, being tight in order to already be break even when price hits the 200. And in this case, well, it went through, right? And when it goes through, well, you get a stop run. And again here, he has chosen tightening the stop as of 4 hour, and that's a nice a winner. Here Euro Swiss S2, right, on a 1 minute, plain vanilla S2, I love it. It becomes in reach, close reach. Sorry, so it becomes a target level, right? Again, after this down move, well, there's a snapback opportunity here in the Euro Swiss, with the Euro getting stronger and the Swiss weaker. We saw that, right? Snapback to the 200. Right, so that's his next week. Then another nice week, right? 28 hour with 9 trades. So here he was in news event, and he got lucky. Like the news volatility went in towards target, and that's it's not uncommon, right? Like whenever we are in a trade based on a pattern, it's already break even or profitable. Well, it's good to stay in, because more often than not, the news or the pattern knows before the news hits the market how to position itself. Well, he's still in bed, and let's have a look. Euro pound S2. That's an S2, right? On the 1 minute. Clearly another snapback, right? Snapback. Here it's sitting on 200 support, snapback, right? So it's both things. One is a snapback, and the other thing is, oh, it's sitting on support and it might bounce. Nice, another edge, right? So this goes, and then it's a stop out. It's a break even trade. Pound odd. S1 short 5 minute. Well, this is a big one, right? That's a pirate trade, an 18 hour S1. We said that's an S1, right? Plain vanilla, nice. Downtrending. About, oh, that's beautiful, right? So these are the stop run levels we see in several charts on the weekly. And this has just broken this low. So this is now like starting to develop a potential very strong follow through, and that's what we see here, right? Such a move, well, there's a reason for it, right? It doesn't happen just like that. Well, the reason is that the stop run move on the weekly chart, and we've got several levels here, and this can go much lower even, right? And he has chosen to take profits and run home with an 18 hour winner. Well, it's not too bad. Well, let's have a look at this one, because that's another special trade. That's an S1 pattern. This is the breakout bar, and this is a very tight stop, right? Well, I call these make or break trades because of the tightness of the stop. You can easily get stopped out, but if you're not getting stopped out, well, this can develop in a big R winner. Well, this developed into a winner, but not a huge one. We'll see how that developed. Interested to see that. That's a standard S1 trade, right? Nicely all time frames trending. So what happened here is okay, well, this is a big pullback, right? A pullback beyond, coming back, testing the flat and going beyond the flat. Well, it was good to be out here early on. There was much more potential to it, right? It couldn't break the consolidation low, so this had potential for another big R winner. So well done, great week, thank you.